It's been said time again and again, will this be the turning point for Nick Kyrgios? Glimpses of brillance and electrifying wins over the world's best have been marred by major upsets to lower-ranked players, where the controversial Australian has been crticised for not caring. But capping off a remarkable week in Acapulco, the 23-year-old Canberran earned inspiring wins over Rafael Nadal, Stan Wawrinka, Isner and Alex Zverev to lift his fifth career title, as well as defeating two top three players. Kyrgios defied nearly everything to make the Mexican Open final. A bout of food poisoning nearly forced the Aussie to retire. A jeering, distracting crowd caused him to fire back mid-game. Criticism over a perfectly legal underarm serve that encouraged even Roger Federer to weigh in. Injuries, cramps, 3 a.m. drug tests, you name it, motivated him to play some of his best tennis yet. More, Nick Kyrgios reveals 3 a.m. drug test after Stan Wawrinka upset. Nick Kyrgios hoping to set positive example following electrifying run to Mexican Open title. Speaking to the Big Sports Breakfast on Monday morning, Australian tennis coach Roger Rashid believes that Kyrgios can turn himself around going into the Indian Wells. It was impressive. It was fantastic and it was a great prompt for him, Rashid told the program. Maybe this has done it for him so far this year and he can turn himself around going into the Indian Wells. It's an exceptional venue and I'm sure Nick is going to play some great tennis there. It's a tough event, nearly every single player is there now. Nick says that he is dealing with a few issues, which is fine, everyone does that, but hopefully this title will help him make his way through. But even Kyrgios knows that he must change his ways. After beating world number 3 Zverev in straight sets on Saturday, the former top Australian player admitted that the victory has inspired him to take action in order to kick on. It's hopefully an example for people who are struggling and getting in some places you don't think you can get out of. If I can do it, you can do it, he said after the match. I was really down and out and didn't know what I was going to do, but you have a week like this, and things can change with the Indian Wells just around the corner. Rashid believes if the world number 72 stays in his current form, then he has the capacity to do it all again at the Coachella Valley. You could see just how hard it is to beat him, Rashid contended. He had to save match points against Rafa and to do that is not easy. Rafa did let one slip there, but that's tennis and you've got to stay alive to be involved. But what Nick did to Zverev in the final, we could see the men's talent out of Nick and what he can do with the ball. I think he just showed that he's really hard to beat once he's dialed in. His serve is the big weapon when it turns up, and then there's the second serve. Against so many players he did it this week as well, but when he was under pressure he would go for a bomb. He's not afraid. He sees a visual on the court when he stands up to serve and not many do. He feels like he can pull out his serve and actually fire a rocket on the second. He'll go big again, virtually a first serve again. It's such a dangerous weapon involved in matches, and then what we saw this week was really good. The 44th edition of the BNP Paribas Open is set to begin on Monday, March 5th, and will conclude on Sunday, March 17th.